Well, I just want to take a couple minutes and show a neat feature and process in Business Center for making some adjustments to a corridor or refining a corridor to match or uh, get to or limit certain cut fill areas or volumes or just trying to balance this out. Basically, I want to make some adjustments. And what's really neat about Business Center is the ability to work in multiple views at one time to really see what's going on and what's happening. So what I have here is I got four views. The lower left corner is just a simple 3D view that I can orbit around and look at my model in different orientation. The upper left corner here is my plan view. And in the plan view, what I have is I have displayed is a cut fill map. So this cut fill map was generated from my road corridor surface and my compared to my existing ground surface. Now, it's actually not the finished ground corridor surface, it's actually the earthwork. So I have my basically my subgrade surface that I've created this cut fill map from. So when I built the corridor, I put in my layers of material, my subgrades, and my ditches. So down here in the lower right hand corner, when you look at this and I scroll up and down the road and I go from cut or fill, you can see where I'm basically going into a fill situation with no ditch or a cut situation with a ditch. So again, I can manipulate my view here, my cross section, by using the scroll bar to scroll up and down the road. So you can see where I'm in my curves, or my super elevation, normal crown, so on and so forth. Okay. So in this cut fill map, what I did was I applied a specific color mapping. So if I go to the properties of that and I look at the color mapping, what I've done is I've limited the range of colors. So basically my fill areas, anything greater than a meter of fill is going to be a dark blue, anything greater than a meter of cut is going to be a dark red. And then I got some variated colors in between where basically white is plus or minus 0.1, and then within a half a meter I'm going to go yellow to green, a half to a meter is all green, and then the same thing, I just go red on the other side. So by doing that, what I'm able to see is easily identify where along my corridor is I have either greater than a meter of cut or fill. So in this particular case, I want to make an adjustment. So if I go back to my cross section view and I click in this area in here, you'll see that when I come up to my plan view, I get this nice glyph. I get this red marker that shows where I'm at along that corridor. It also shows up in the profile view, which is in my upper right hand corner over here, where the green line is my proposed design alignment and the gray line there is the existing ground surface. When I click here in plan view, you can see that it jumps me right to that particular station in my cross section view. So you can see I got quite a bit of cut here, and I can see that also in the 3D view. So now if I come up to my profile view and I select my design profile and I grip one of these grips here, in this case the PVI, and I move that PVI up, you'll notice down in the cross section view the orange dot is my centerline vertical profile. So if I move the profile up and down, I can see where it is in relation to the original ground. So if I move my centerline design and I let go and I put it right here, you can see I'm going to move it up to about where the existing ground is, and that's where I want my finished ground to fall. What it's going to do now is, because of the dynamic nature of the corridor, is Business Center is recalculating the corridor surfaces, recalculating the subgrade surfaces, and then also recalculating the cut fill map all automatically. So down below you can see the green calculation bar moving, so it's creating and adjusting the cut fill. This is a fairly long linear road, so it's going to take just a few moments to recalculate and adjust. But when it is done, you'll see in the cross-section view my road gets moved up. In the 3D view, you can see I've got less cut. And then in my plan view, I can see now I'm into that pink area where I have less than a half a meter of cut in that area. Over here in the yellow, I've got half a meter of fill, half meter of fill over here. I've got some green, so I'm within a half to a meter of fill over there. And now I can work my way down the site in the project and identify another area that I may have to adjust. And with that, once I have that all done, I can keep going to my corridor, and I can create some corridor reports. I can create a cut fill report, or an earthwork report, basically, that will tell me what the cut fill is between the two surfaces. So I can go to my initial ground surface, and I can use my base surface, because you can see I've got a base, a sub base, and a finish. But if I use my sub base, or my base course, and I run that report, it's going to come up and it's going to tell me what my cut fill is on my entire corridor. So again, by making these adjustments, checking my earthwork report, looking at my cut fill map, I'm going to be able to quickly balance this particular road corridor in my project. So here you can see I've got some cut, some fill, and I've got a little excess of fill material that we can either haul off or move. But as I keep working and adjusting this, it will I could get it to balance out. So again, this is be a manual approach, but having Business Center with these multiple views, being able to handle a fairly long corridor makes it very easy to work my way through and adjust this corridor project.